Back in the saddle. We're live.
Don't forget your pronouns.
What?
Because Debbie was not a husband, it was her partner.
Okay. Yeah, that's not about pronouns. I just got it wrong.
I know, but you said her husband.
I thought, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was bad of me. I should never assume. Hi, Debbie. Glad you're back. So am I, safe and sound at home. I was kind of a dud. I just thought I would try something new, and didn't really pan out, but we'll keep trying new
It did pan out.
things.
It was fun. Turned out just fine. It was fun.
You coming in?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Yeah, of course. Makes it easy. Makes it easier. So how's things going, Deb? No, you're late. Nick, Nick, a little late. We tried the Ouija board thing, and it was just kind of slow, and then we seen a skunk, and then the owl kept coming back, and it freaked us out. So we came back inside. Um, I I don't either. I just wanted to try something different, and I figured that if we were really careful and we said the things that we needed to say, and we were respectful of the board, then I think that we would be okay. And so that's what we kind of did. That's kind of how we approached it. You know, it answered some pretty odd questions correctly, and then it completely blew the other ones. So who knows? Who knows what it is. Still since my partner, 25 years past. Are you still in mourning? I mean, not saying that that's too long, because it's not too long. I mean, I'm sorry that you lost your partner. That's really tough. 25 years together. That's really, really hard. I feel for you, and I really am sorry that you're going through that. I mean, if there's anything that we can do to help you out and help you through it, by all means, you know how to get a hold of us, and we'll be there for you best we can anyway. What city are you from, Debbie? Hmm?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got it way before I did. Are you coming in here?
No, I don't have what she said. It came into my head. I don't have my phone.
Oh, we mean it, Debbie. Christine said they came into her head St. Paul, Minnesota. Please tell me that's not correct. Oh, yeah, Debbie. I mean, absolutely. Do you have our email address? Did we give you that? Because I'll give you that. And then if you email me, I'll give you my phone number. I'll give you my direct phone number. And then, if you need somebody to talk to, we're here anytime. You call anytime you want, day or night. I'm in SoCal.
Hmm.
So,
We're in NoCal.
Nick, I'm in Milwaukee. Nick says Trump is
Oh.
here. Yeah, I didn't see that today. I didn't see the that thing. Oh, San Bernardino. You're not too far from us.
Yes, that's far from us.
San Bernardino is?
8 hours away to drive, I bet.
Oh, is that over by LA?
I think so.
You gonna sit? You just move that shit up there.
There's not anywhere to sit. I'll just.
You gonna sit on the edge here? Sit there for me. San Bernardino. I thought that was like close by. I thought it was in the Bay Area. I guess I was wrong.
I'm not really sure.
I was telling Debbie, she said she's still really depressed from losing her partner.
Of course.
They've been together for 25 years,
Of course.
you know, and I told her that
That's half of her
night or
lifetime.
day or whatever, if she needs our help, just
Of
call
course,
us.
yes.
You know, I mean, I trust her. I'll give her my phone number
Sure.
through email.
Yeah.
Yeah, Debbie said, yes, it's by LA.
Oh, okay.
Chicken and biscuits. That person's been here before, too. Yo, greetings. Hi, Chicken and Biscuits. How could I forget that name? You remind me of a cracker. You know that cracker?
Yeah.
I call it
Chicken and
chicken in a
biscuit.
basket, but I guess it's chicken and biscuits or something.
Yes, you always said chicken and basket crackers,
But see, I don't know. That's what I always thought it was.
but we knew what it was. Same thing.
Yes, Nick, a week till surgery. 9 days, 8 days, 8 days. You know, I'm starting to get a little sweaty palms.
You're gonna get really nervous right before.
You know,
You're okay for now, but you'll get nervous right before.
Yeah, I'm really excited because it's something I've basically waited my whole life for. But you know, I told you I'm having this weird thing that I cannot envision my life, what it's like going to be like after the surgery. You know how it's just weird because you get an idea of what you're going to feel, but I can't. I don't know. It's weird. I know it's going to change me. Christine has considered it my second birthday, that I will be born that day as Brooke.
That's what I thought from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, I will give you our email, Debbie, for sure. Sure. Absolutely. Actually, I can put it in here because it's.
Do you know what that will do?
It's the company's email.
If you consider what I consider to be your birthday,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be on Angel's birthday.
No, the day before.
No.
Yeah, Angel's 25th.
Right. And so you'll be
24th.
okay.
It's the day before.
Yeah.
It's not the same day.
No.
So, anyway. Are you my mommy? Not likely.
Nope.
Nick says she's right. Who's right? Somebody's right. I'll give Debbie my phone number or that email address. Debbie, I'll give you the email address. Just send an email and then I'll pop you with my phone number, my personal number. What is it? What's the email? Oh,
I don't know
I
because
remember.
it's brand new to me.
I know.
A new email address.
What's the name of our show? Oh, never mind.
Funny face?
Mm-mm. Am I in the thing? No. Get in the chat. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just going to give Debbie this email, or anybody else who wants to use the email. You can. This one's dedicated for the show. But so Debbie, you know, I want you to, because I think that, you know, it's really important to have friends around you at this time, because I can only imagine the sense of loss that you're going through. I mean, I could only imagine. It must be terrible. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yes. It sucks bad and I'm sad for you.
It does. I mean, it really does. Okay. Talk, Chris, while I do this.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah, it's interesting when we get to be friendly with people that are on this channel often, and we get to see the same people back and coming back again and again.
It's a
It's
community.
wonderful, and we start to feel close to you guys. So if there's anything you want to mention or do or text or send an email, we have a dedicated email just for this channel for people that we decide we want to be closer to. And that,
Well, anybody can email. It's just, you know, I'm not going to give everybody my home number, and
yeah, the home number is a different story.
until we get everything in there, and until we learn to trust them.
Of course. But we like you guys. Thank you for coming back. It's been wonderful. I never thought this would be something I would enjoy doing, but I'm starting to enjoy it. bit by
I
bit.
think there it is. I think I put it in there in the chat. Yeah, I mean, just so you guys know that we've reached 560,000 views. So that's a lot of people. 560,000 views or 570,000, something like that.
500,000 people.
So it's over 500,000 people have tuned in, and the response that we're getting from a lot of people about how it's changing their opinions about trans people is exactly why we came on here. Has anybody ever seen paintings or things like this up here above my head? It's a Chinese paper cut work. It's Kristen, you haven't even noticed. Been up there for a week. You didn't
I've
know.
noticed it.
Or
Of
did you
course I
notice
have,
it?
yes. I think it's not my taste
It's
in
it's
painting.
it's rather wild.
Like Cirque du Soleil on
I bought it at
horses.
the dump secondhand store, and it was $25. But I thought it was pretty cool. It's like, how the heck did they do that?
Another interesting piece on the wall.
Okay, so Debbie got it. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a lot of views because you see videos that have the whole one video goes viral and they have all this stuff, but it's still, to us, we're nobodies, and I really am enjoying the community that we're putting together here. The group of people that keep coming back, I think they're pretty amazing people, and everybody's a little bit different, and the age group is a little bit more older, you know, for lack of better words. They're in my age or older. The majority of our listeners, I think it's 28%, is over 65. Although they never say anything. They obviously they're listening, but they don't say anything. You know, it's the and then other people are you know, within probably 10 years, 15 years of my age, which is cool. You know, we need a place to go and where we can talk and understand each other, because people of our age have a little bit more life experiences than some younger people. I'm not saying all. A lot of, I mean, I had a lot of experience at a younger age just because of how I was, you know, raised. Kicked out of the house at 15, emancipated, had a child at 16. You know, it was pretty bizarre, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You had a different.
Yeah, my life was different. I mean, I had a choice: either go to Hannah Boys Center, which is a prison for boys, or become emancipated. So I became emancipated at 16 years old, and I was a legal adult. I had nowhere to go. Stepped outside. First time I was homeless. So, but it's all good. I mean, I'm here now. I'm here today, and I'm alive, and that's a miracle. It truly is a miracle. If someday I'm going to get in deeper into some of the things that I've been through, or I put myself through. I shouldn't say been through, because that sounds like a victim, and I'm not a victim because I did this to myself a lot. I mean, you know, some of it's really funny, and other of it's really kind of sad, but it's cool. I'm happy now. I found myself in this, and I guess I should finally say I let it out, you know. But for those of you that are new here, I mean, I'm going to do the same spiel that I always do for new people, because they need to know this. I think it's important that from this channel, myself particularly, I have some beliefs that aren't typical of transgender people. For one, I don't think transgender females belong in women's bathrooms unless they've had a complete operation, top and bottom, or bottom more than top. That doesn't matter as much. I don't believe that transgender women belong in women's sports. I think it's not fair. I think it's an unfair advantage for the trans people. I think that trans women do not belong in women's locker rooms where they're changing clothes. It makes people uncomfortable. If you have a penis, you don't belong in the women's area, period. I don't care what you look like on the exterior. And I don't believe that children should be allowed to transition before they're 18. I think those are decisions they have to make for themselves. I think they need to take it out of the parents' hands. It's too much pressure putting on the parents. And I think that too many trans people scream from the highest mountain that are crazy. And it paints me in a different light, which is why I came on here to kind of show people that I'm not crazy, because I was getting a lot of hate from what other people were doing, and my opinions those weren't even my opinions. So I started this, and I've started to meet some really, really great people. And so we continue it because we believe that in some way we're changing things. And there's been some stories that have been very touching, and how it's basically changed people's lives just because people are going, oh, I never thought that. You know, the young man that came on here once and said that he had actively picked on, made fun of trans people before, and after listening to the show, one live broadcast, he said that he felt horrible for what he had done and that he won't do it anymore because he understands now the how hard it is, how hard of a journey it is to be trans, and it's one of those hard things, but it's really really rewarding once you
And he
get it
said
towards the
he'd
end.
never do that.
Yeah, and he said
again.
he would never treat trans people like that again. He had learned to respect trans people as everybody else. And to me, that means the world. Just the
Fantastic.
fact that there's one young person out there now that will stop harassing trans people just for being trans, you know. And I think a lot of the trans that scream from the highest mountain and say stupid shit, I don't even think they're really trans. I just think they're just trying to get attention that way. What do you think?
I'm not sure. I haven't thought of it that way before.
You haven't?
No,
I've thought about that a lot. Can you read? Do you have your phone? Can you read some?
I don't have the phone. It's
It would
dead.
help
No
if you could
battery.
read them.
But I don't have a battery.
Nick, I didn't want to bang on about it, but I asked about how I should feel about a trans in the changing room with my daughter. You replied that it's okay if the trans is post-op. I said because post-op, and here's my reasoning behind that. It's because when I'm post-op, let's say a week from now, and I'm post-op, and I'm out in public, and I need to urinate, and the problem that I have is I still have very much masculine features, and most likely I will just wait to go home. But if it's an emergency, I don't think I should go in the men's room with a vagina. I would prefer it be a single use and not have to go through that because I still look rather male. So it's a catch-22. I understand how you'd be uncomfortable. I really do. Especially with somebody you didn't know. Obviously, if it was me personally, you know that your daughter would be completely safe. However, with somebody else, you don't know that. And it's a catch-22. I just wish we'd have single-use bathrooms. It'd make everything easier, but if you have a vagina, you really don't belong in the men's bathroom. So to me, there has to be a point where you have to go on one side or the other, right? I mean,
Unless they have the family restrooms.
I mean,
They have
yeah,
the family
it'd be
restroom.
best just to have a bathroom that is single
suits
use
for all
or
genders.
all genders. You know, but yes, I believe if they have a vagina, their weapon is gone. That's my opinion. I don't claim to know it all or think I'm right about everything. I'm just giving you my opinions about it. And I'm sorry that you feel uncomfortable. I understand. I have 2 daughters that I raised too. She's taking away my fidget. I need help reading these, Christine.
I can't.
You can get your phone.
It's got no battery left. I don't.
Plug it in.
What can I do?
I'll plug it in for you. I agree. Wishes I agree. I've never liked the screaming and being all loud and out. Mixes. No, see, that's the thing is these. I was getting more frequently upset every time I'd watch the news or every time they would mention trans people because they were putting these trans people on that were just, or like blowing somebody up because they didn't call you ma'am at this store. I've seen people that have full beards and mustaches put on a dress and demand that people call them miss. That's just unreasonable, isn't it? I mean, at least I kind of look female, I suppose. I don't know what other people see when they look at me. I can only know what I see when I look at myself and what other people tell me. And, I'm getting better. Right?
More female than some women.
Some, not all.
No.
And Chris had a good point, too, because I like to say that I cannot be female, but I can be a woman. It doesn't mean I'm putting down any woman that can't have babies, because I say I can't be female because I can't reproduce. If you are a woman and you can't reproduce because of medical or whatever issues, I don't mean it as you're not a woman. It's to me to where I can generalize it or verbalize it where people would understand a little better where I'm coming from. Your phone, is it dead?
Yeah.
It's
It's
off.
got maybe 2% left.
Here. Here you go. Do you need help finding it?
Nope.
So, I know I've gone in the men's bathroom many times. Less of a line. Is that true? I always heard that because I've been in a woman's bathroom. Went in a casino once. I went into a woman's bathroom and I was scared to death, to be honest with you. I went in and went right to the first stall. I was just afraid, but I wasn't going to go into the men's bathroom. Not the casino was just, it was weird. It was a weird thing, and it was right there, and I really, really had to go pee.
Yeah, I've thought about that too.
Mhm.
Can I just run in there really quick and use the restroom and then
I did.
leave? But
If it would have been the men's that was right there, I would have went in there.
yeah,
Because I really had to go pee. Like, gonna wet myself. I had to go pee because I don't like going pee at a casino. I think it's kind of dirty.
well, me being a freaking girl through and through,
Somebody
I didn't
says
want to step into the men's room.
Black Mirror says looking beautiful. Thank you, Black Mirror. Tracy says I have 2 daughters and a granddaughter. I have 2 daughters and 3 grandsons. Although one of them disowned me because of this. Hopefully she'll come around. So I understand the dynamic of what people are talking about, because when my kids were young, there comes a time where they go to the bathroom by themselves. You no longer have to go in there with them. There's times when you have little girls, you bring them into the men's bathroom and they use the bathroom. You just watch them. But once they get around 8, 7, 8, 9, they want to go kind of on their own. And I would feel uncomfortable if there was somebody in there that had a penis that was in the women's bathroom, because no, I'd feel uncomfortable. That's where I get my opinions from the fact that I would not want my daughters in there with them. I don't, and the majority of people are, I'm sure they're innocent and they don't mean no harm, but it's that one. All it takes is one, and then you got a bad thing going on. And personally, I don't feel like getting in a fight with a guy over a bathroom.
Well, I've got a. You look like Caitlyn Jenner,
I've heard that before.
and I've also got a
Mhm.
looking beautiful tonight.
Thank you. That's nice. I appreciate it. I try. I mean, I do the best I can with what I have. So, to me, I hope that people can see inside my heart and not just my exterior. Although my exterior, it's more important to me now than it ever has been, because gender dysphoria is something that where you really don't like how you look. And I as a man, I really did not like how I looked. It really, sometimes it was just go through a whole life hating yourself. It was really sad. It's terrible, actually. I kind of wish my voice wasn't so fucking deep.
Oh,
What else you got?
I'm going there.
You lost it again?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let me see. Black Mirror says, looking beautiful tonight. Thank
I
you.
read you
I
that
have 2
already.
daughters and a granddaughter.
Right, and I'm
Read
just
that
getting
one.
back to that. I was
You look like-
responding myself.
Okay, you're actually ahead of me. That's pretty good.
I was responding in type.
Don't
Yeah.
type. Just tell me the thing, and then you answer a different one.
I agree. If you post off, you
You-
should
you-
go in the women's restroom.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I mean,
Your views are refreshing, she says.
thank you.
Tracy.
I think they're just common sense. Other people that, I don't get what they're doing. The things that's going on in the schools. I think it was Debbie. Debbie, did you say that you would be honored to serve on a school board with me? I believe that was you that said that, Debbie. I looked into it, and I found out something about local politics that is disgusting to me. It's no reason we never get a change, because they make it to where basically the rich people will always get elected. Always. The poor people, or people that are just middle of the road, whatever, don't get elected because they basically can't. I think politics should be like football teams. It's profit share. Everybody gets the same amount for advertising and all that stuff to give people with not as much money, because they pay like nothing. So to become like a mayor or a city councilman or the school board is kind of volunteer, but the rest of them, it is geared to where the rich keep getting in power, and they keep driving the poor down, and that's got to change. Because I was looking into joining the school board. I still am to running for a school board, and I'm looking to run for a city council position as well. It's news to Chris. She didn't know. She just found that out. I've been looking into it.
Nick said, I used to get asked a lot of if male or female. I've also been a tomboy. So she could be Nicole or Nick.
No, she's been here before.
Yes, but I don't know. You used to get asked a lot of if male or female.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also been a tomboy.
What
mean a woman.
do you
Tomboy.
Are you transitioning, Nick, or
Nick?
Yeah, I don't I don't remember if you've ever told me if you were actually transitioning or if you're just, happy with the way you are as a tomboy. I don't remember.
Roger Smith says, "What would you say
No, not
if
me. Debbie, it wasn't you. I thought it was you, Debbie. Sorry.
what would you say if you go to women's restroom and women there call you out a guy to leave even with bottom surgery?"
I would look at
Good question, Roger.
It is a good question, and generally, I would inform them that I had bottom surgery, and that I have a vagina, and this is where I feel that I belong. However, if it was really making them uncomfortable, I would leave. I mean, I'm not there to.
Oh, Nick says yes, Nicole.
Okay.
She's Nicole.
Cool.
And nope, but I'm into women. So she's a lesbian, Nicole.
Me too. At least that's what I'm working towards. So yeah, it's I've thought about that too, and I'm not going to whip it out in front of anybody just to prove a point, but if somebody, I just find it hard to believe that somebody would actually approach me, but I suppose it could happen. I just have never put myself in that position, so we'll just see what happens. I'm
Tracy.
not going to fight over it, This is I'm asking society to get used to me as how I want to be. It's going to take a while for this to get in and settle down. And I have to respect that of people. This is something new for a lot of people. And it's going to take a while for them to accept it and for trans people to truly find their little niche to slide into and just, allow us to be ourselves. And it's going to take trust because we screwed up. Not me personally, but I think the trans community screwed up by coming out so strong and basically wanted to cancel anybody who didn't agree with them and stuff. So we put hate on ourselves before we even got started, and it's a bad way to start. Now we have to turn it around slowly and gain trust with the public again, that we are trustworthy people, that we don't want to hurt anybody, we just want to live happy lives.
Tracy says it's nice to hear someone trans has common sense.
Thank you.
Hell yes, we need change daily. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes, we need change at city council.
Yes, we do. I mean, and it's like I guess they're trying to pass laws or whatever that makes it more even to run for office because they just out dollar you. Somebody like me, if I run, I have no money to do it. I'd be relying on contributions, which would be small because I don't know anybody. But so the big guys, they would just out advertise me. And
Are you more non-confrontational? You seem like it, says Nicole.
I'm non-confrontational unless I have something that I'm standing up for, like my family. If somebody comes after my family or Christine or somebody I love, then I can be extremely confrontational. Nobody's going to touch them. Other than that, yeah, I would prefer just to walk away.
Tracy says women shouldn't make you afraid to go into a women's bathroom.
They shouldn't, but like I said, this is she said women shouldn't make you afraid to go, and the majority don't. They really don't, and a few are going to have problems with it. And a lot of it, I always think to myself, it's because of what they've heard or what they've seen on TV or on the internet. I don't think it's directed at me personally because they don't know me, and if they did, they wouldn't care if I was in the bathroom. However, it's going to take time for people to get used to this, who we are.
Okay, how about this? Roger says, because even in gym, there will be small girls in the locker rooms with their moms.
Yep.
And mom may not want their daughters to see a transgender woman in the locker room. But how would they know?
I don't think it.
My question is, how would they
Chris
know?
is correct. If you have all the woman parts, I don't even think that the child would be curious, But maybe, I think that at that point, you can't have a trans female that has had bottom surgery showering in the men's
Trans
locker
meaning
room.
has
Transitioned completely.
transitioned completely
At least
into
the
a woman.
bottom, because it's the men's penises in a lot of cases are considered a weapon, and they've been used as a weapon a lot. This is what people are afraid of. This is what they object to. In my opinion, what I think. Please, these are just my opinions. And if you have a vagina, and there's not a neutral locker room you can go to, then of course you belong in the women's locker room. And I think at that point it's up to the parent to kind of explain to the child a little bit of, if they're curious. If they're old enough to notice and they're curious, then I think it's the parent's job to inform the child or educate them.
Eva says, you're so beautiful, with about 3,000 exclamation points and a smiley face with stars.
That's really sweet. Thank you. I mean,
You need that right now.
I do. I do. I need that right now. I do because, like, my family thinks I'm ridiculous. They think I've lost my mind.
Classical Anime, thank you. Says, I haven't had anything to say here, but I enjoyed listening. Have a good night.
Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and
Thank
like
you.
if you haven't already. You know, subscribe to the channel. It just helps get the message out to other people, and it also gives other trans people a place to come where they can feel welcome, and they're not going to be judged, and they're going to be have a platform to say what they want, and to also, you know, reiterate. Because if they come in here and they try to argue some of these points with me, I'll fight them tooth and nail with them. I will not never change my mind, especially when it comes to children, especially when it comes to, you know, people. Bathrooms are a safe place. They're supposed to be, and locker rooms, because you have a lot of times young people that are disrobing, and they feel very vulnerable. You know, when they're disrobed, and the thought of having a person with a penis next to him in that locker room, oh my God, that would just be horrifying.
Keep it short so I can keep up on these questions.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Roger, you know, this one's a fun one for me, kind of. Roger, I don't know where you're coming from except for the last few questions. You say kids can tell a man dressed in women's clothes and vice versa, which would mean what? They can tell a kid dressed in man's clothes? What do you mean vice versa? Kids can tell a man dressed in women's clothes.
They could,
So women can tell a man, what, dressed in kids' clothes? I don't understand what you're getting at
okay,
here.
what I must have
A
either
man dressed in
I'm,
women's clothes and vice
okay,
versa.
okay.
What's
I
the vice
must have-
versa part?
Can you wait? I think I understand. I might have spoken incorrectly, or maybe I didn't make myself clearly. And actually, kids are very, very, very in tune to a person. And a lot of kids, when they see me in a store, they stop, they stare, and they kind of watch me walk by and stuff, because I don't think they quite know what's different. And this is the age that they are, the younger kids, you know. And I'll just say hello and walk by or whatever. I don't stop to talk to anybody. They're not my children. That'd be weird. But I think that kids instinctually know. They can tell.
Can't, and this is
But-
what Nick said. They can't tell, but they're curious and would ask.
Mhm. They're definitely, they understand something's a little different about this person, but they really can't quite put their finger on it. That's what I've noticed. And what I'm saying is, the hard part is, like somebody like me, it's obvious that I'm transgender. And if I'm having bottom surgery in a week. And when I get done with the bottom surgery, then the dilemma is, okay, I know that I have been transitioned, but nobody else does. You know, so they don't know any different from me. Like today, I wouldn't go to the women's bathroom, then I would. So the hard part is, you know, should I wear a shirt that says I have a vagina now so I can pee in your bathroom? No, I don't know what to do. I mean, it's uncharted territories for me. I'll let you know when I face that hurdle. I haven't had to face it yet.
Tracy says, I can read your energy. You have a beautiful heart and soul.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me to hear this. I mean, I get a lot of negative here, but it's the love that I take out of it. I mean, I really get a lot of support here, a lot. And so do other trans people that come here, and gay people, and straight people, and old people, and young people that just, you know, want a safe place to come. That's what this is about. It's kind of, it's a cool little community. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do, because if you're ever bummed out, come here. People will be more than willing to give you love and help cheer you up. They're really good people here.
Thank you, Nicole.
Unbelievably.
No, she's not voting for Biden. You're right.
No, I'm not.
Nicole
voting for
says
Biden.
she's not voting for Biden.
Mm-mm.
That was a statement she knows
Yeah, no.
from before. Nope, that's right.
It would be ridiculous. He can't run our country.
And Roger says to that, Nick, everyone has rights, but to an extent.
Yes.
To
Absolutely.
an extent, though.
Somebody had asked me, do I feel that I deserve the same rights as women's rights, the rights that women have? And to be honest with you, I guess I'm gonna plead a little bit ignorant. I thought we all had the same rights. I didn't know there was different ones for women than men, or vice versa. I don't know.
Tracy says, again, your guardians don't think you're ridiculous.
Thank you.
You guys, I should just explain this again. Your questions come into us, and then it's literally minutes before we get the question and answer it, and you get it back.
The
Yes.
delay is
There's a time delay, so we're trying to answer them as fast as they come up.
Yeah, I am working on this. There's a one setting on the computer to where it kind of brings it closer together. I'm still trying to get this equipment working. I wish I had a genius that could come over here and set it all up for me, but so I'm kind of having to wade myself through it. slowly, and I've yet to even use the new equipment for a feed, but I'm getting closer.
Nicole,
So-
thank you for responding to Roger. Appreciate that.
About what
Nicole just said, Roger, she's explained this to you, which means that
I try.
everyone's trying to listen, but Nicole has a good beat on it there.
I try to answer as many questions as I can. I feel terrible when I miss one, or I missed this one from a younger trans person who was transitioning earlier than 18, and she had heard what I had said about it, and she kind of asked a question. I missed it. She asked another one. I missed it. Then she got mad, and she sent me a message afterwards, basically saying that you just want us all to wait to transition so that we're as ugly as you are. And I emailed her privately, and I said, for one, your response is probably good enough reason for you not to have that kind of power over your own life yet, because to get mad over that, and what?
I just want you to keep going so I can get these.
Okay, well, I need to be able to explain the whole thing, So anyway, it's young people that are watching the show. I'm not coming after you. I'm not trying to tell you to stop. You can express yourself with clothing, with hair, with whatever, makeup, but don't go to the doctor. Doctors need staff out of it. That's my opinion. Sorry, leave kids alone.
And Elise says, I need to know what kind of makeup you wear. It looks amazing on you.
NX, what is it called? Next.
NYX.
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 NYX NYX. Because I researched what kind of skin that I had and what was the best makeup, and NYX was the best for me because I have oily parts and dry parts, and I am older, so you have some spots here and there.
Tracy says your family will come around. It will take time. I promise you.
I think my kids will. My youngest kid will eventually. I don't know about my mom. I mean, I don't know if she has enough time. Frankly, but maybe if she lives another 10 years, which she could, she's 80 to 81.
Thank you, Tracy. It's very perceptive.
What?
That she said your family will come around. It will take time.
I hope so,
promise you.
because I know I mentioned my youngest daughter on here a lot, and I don't show a lot of emotion over it. But if you can ask Christine, this has torn me. It has torn my heart in half. I mean, it really has, and I'm trying to, like Debbie is hurting as well for losing somebody she loves. I feel like I've lost somebody that I love, not to that extent, but they're pretty far gone from me. I mean, I don't talk to her at all anymore. She won't talk to me. And it just kills me because I think it's so. I think it's ridiculous what she's doing. Anyway.
Okay, one The Only Toast is a new one. As a parent, I can say for sure, if a person who is the opposite gender tries to occupy the same space as my child while they use a restroom, we will for sure throw some hands together.
But see, that's what I mean. I mean, there's no reason to threaten, for one.
Throw some hands together, like
That
clapping.
means fight. To fight. Now, let me ask you a question. This is a serious question. I understand your concern, and I would probably think the same way. What if the person has had the sex change and has a vagina now? How do you feel then? How would that sit with you? And I'm asking you as a serious question for you. How would you feel if the person was transitioned? What bathroom should they go in?
Now, Fonzie Levy says you have more testosterone than The Rock.
No, I don't. No. Have you seen The Rock?
Roger says they would ask, why are you dressing in those clothes? So hence, when the locker room and changing kids will be confused and not comfortable.
Well, okay, that's a sticky statement. For one, if somebody had transitioned and they had been in the locker room with kids and they came out to tell you, they wouldn't tell you that the person had a penis.
Why does it all have to revolve around kids?
Well,
What
because kids can't defend themselves.
I know, but what about other people that are uncomfortable or people that are not?
Well, there are. I know,
uncomfortable?
but they're adults, so they can take care of themselves. Kids are vulnerable, is what they're saying. They're
Right,
very
so their
vulnerable.
parents should just be there for questions.
Well, they should. I mean, that's what parents do. We take care of our children, and I understand that. I mean, I raised 2 daughters as well. I would not want them in the bathroom with somebody with a penis. You just don't know. It's a weapon, in a sense.
And I
So,
raised 2 sons.
The gray area is what happens when the trans people have transitioned. I don't want to go into a men's bathroom with a vagina. That would be just as scary. I mean, I will probably just continue to wait till I get home or use a neutral bathroom at a gas station or something. However, if I really have to go pee and I have a vagina, I think I gotta use the girls' bathroom. I don't know what else to say about that. would it have to come to a point to that one person that said that they would come to blows? Would I have to show you that I have a vagina? Like, look.
Roger also
know?
said, no hate. These are just questions.
I know it, and Roger, I'm not saying that you are hating. I appreciate your questions because these are things that I need to work out in my head, and because I haven't had to deal with them yet, but I want to kind of be prepared if I am approached. Eventually, somebody is going to approach me, and basically tell me I'm in the wrong place.
Thanks, Nick. She reminds everyone double click to like. That would help us, and it would be fun to find out how many people were out there that might like some of this. It's fun for us, anyways.
Please do,
Thank you.
and subscribe.
And Tracy said she did subscribe.
It's we're really close to. There's a monetization levels. There's 2 of them, and the lower level means that if you hit it, and my thing is, I think it's kind of cool, is they'll allow me to sell a product on this channel, and it's this product that I created with the name of Forever Forbidden, and some of it's kind of humorous. Like I put on the crotch area of a woman's thong that says Forever Forbidden. I found that amusing. Chris doesn't find it as amusing as I do, but I do, and the candles and different ways of expressing Forever Forbidden. There's big boobs on this romantic candle. I just think they're funny, so I'll get to put those out. It's just more as a statement because they're really expensive. So I don't expect anybody to really buy them, but I think you guys are getting a kick out of at least looking at them. I mean, so much so I made car mats for cars, speakers, stereo speakers, luggage, all kinds of shit. It's really cool.
Tracy just got out of the hospital. She says, I'm trying to start a channel. Kind of nice to come across this channel. I just got out of the hospital.
Did you just, for a transitional surgery? Is that what you just got out of the hospital for?
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm glad that you made it through, your hospital visit. And I'm glad that you are. But I'm curious because I want to know. I mean, I'm going in 7 or 8 days. If somebody just went through, they can kind of give me some pointers. It's interesting.
Human person says, skinny lips, tell me you're playing dress up.
No, I'm not playing dress up. Believe me, there's part of me that wishes I was, because this is a hard journey. I mean, these are softball questions you guys are throwing at me tonight, but there's a lot of hardball things that I have to deal with.
Pat says people should do whatever they want to do and don't worry about what everybody else thinks.
I don't think you're right. Absolutely 100% right. I mean, we should all just respect each other. But there is a legitimate question about locker rooms and sports and bathrooms and children and transitioning young. Those are legitimate things. And I'm fighting to do the right thing. Common sense 99.9% of the times will have you do the right thing. What else you got?
Lots of negative comments and terrible questions.
It's okay.
Things that are rude.
You can read some negative ones. I'll deal with those too. They deserve the right to say what they want.
Nicole reminds us, here comes the closed-minded haters.
Oh yeah, I wanted to
right.
ask. Hey, people that are doing negative things, what are you a troll? Is that what they mean by troll?
Who?
The people that are saying
when you
bad
say
things.
you.
Bad things. Bad people that are writing rotten things. For no reason, not asking a question, just doing it to put me down.
I think trolls are people that stay on to the communication and keep digging and digging and digging.
I'm kind of curious of what they get out of it. I really am curious what they get out of it.
Because they are behind a secret name. We don't know who they are. All we know is their online persona. We can't go after them and get them. They're hidden behind their name. So they can say whatever they want.
But I can see how they would think it was fun if they were hurting my feelings or bothering me, but it doesn't bother me. So therefore, isn't that just like waste of time for them?
Okay, well, Roger, again, with his nice comments, which are not so nice, says,
he's asking
he's an old man, but transitioned later in life to be a woman.
Who did?
Fendi. Roger Smith said.
About me?
To another person, yes.
Yes, I transitioned when I was 54. I knew when I was 6 years old that I used to pray to God to let me wake up as a girl, but I was too scared, and I didn't know how. There was no real avenue way back in the 60s for me, and I was busy watching gay people get their lives destroyed just for being gay, so that even made it more hard and scared for me. But once I turned 50, 55 or whatever, I said, you know what? I'm doing this because I can't hold it back any longer, and I've been going straight for it ever since. This is something I've known my whole life, though.
Wayne commented, closed-minded, this is a serious issue in society. Mm-hmm. And my response to that is, Wayne, if this is a serious issue in society to you, you should get out there and make a difference. Don't sit on chats and make rude comments. You can just go ahead and make a difference.
I want to understand why, or do you take pride to be called a troll? I don't think that's very prideful. And I mean, to get on this channel and just make fun of me or get out of it, it's weird. I think it's just weird. You know, be like standing there throwing rocks at birds in a cage or something. I don't get it. You know.
Regardless, the only choice says, regardless of if they have had transition, it's still a threat. As a teen,
Do you think it is?
I'm not.
I know. I'm asking him.
Regardless of if they have transition, it's still
Mm-hmm.
a threat. As a teen, I knew a trans woman who was very willing to touch teen girls and acted like
That's
it was
terrible.
okay because they were women.
Yeah. That's not okay. It's not in no world whatsoever is that okay. It's still rape. You know. It's still. I guess I'm not supposed to say that on here.
Assaulting, it's not.
It's still assaulting somebody. Yeah, but you know, you also got to look at this realistically. There are straight people that do this. There are gay people that do this. There are all walks of life people that do. It's not just transgender people that do these bad things.
And Pat says, if you look like a lady, use the ladies' room. It's nobody's business as long as you're not in there with fellas. If you look like a lady, use the ladies' room.
I agree. It's my personal opinion that, you know, as long as I have a penis, I don't belong in the women's bathroom. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying this is every transgender person's opinion. This is my own personal opinion. I just go where I think that I belong. And, you know, I just prefer to go home and do it.
Tracy, you're right. There are women that cannot have children.
Yes.
And whatever Turner syndrome is, I'm not familiar, but there
What is
are
it?
women that cannot have children. There are women that have all different abilities.
There's people that are born hermaphrodites. You know, where do they belong? What bathroom should they go in? You know, it's a tough question. What do you tell a hermaphrodite? You can't go in the men's or the women's because you're both?
Wayne Tracy is not delusional.
No, Tracy?
Wayne says Tracy's delusional.
No, she isn't.
No, she
Not at
isn't.
all. She's very rational, actually. She has very rational points. If nobody in here that's asking me honest questions, my opinion has been out of line, has you know, been irrational. I think that one gentleman who's asking a lot of the questions that seem like they're kind of to the point and blunt. I don't think they're rude. I think they're legitimate questions that need to be answered.
Thank you, Debbie. She's had a couple of cups of coffee for us. She's really working hard.
Debbie, you are. Thank you. I mean, you guys. Is Alma around today, Debbie, or is it
I don't
just
see
you?
Alma,
Are
but
you
Debbie's
just-
been working her tail off on
Trains
this.
and Trucks is a moderator too.
Has been, but not has been here lately. in the
Trains and
last-
Trucks leave.
I think so for now, but Debbie's really working hard on keeping out the crud.
She's a go-getter. Don't want to mess with Debbie, man. I'm telling you. She rightfully so, because this is a platform for people to come and have a serious discussion, ask serious questions, get real answers, and not to be clogged up by stupid, immature little kids that want to come in here and disrupt things. You know, if you love being a troll, then be a troll. But be somewhere else, because you're just going to get kicked out of here. Nobody's going to overreact. Nobody's going to freak out or yell and scream and make a big scene over you being here. They're just going to get rid of you. It's that simple.
Tracy says I have 2 granddaughters and a 4-year-old grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be fine with you.
Thank you. I know personally I'm no threat, obviously, but nobody else knows that. That knows me. That doesn't know me.
Right.
You know. So I understand. I raised 2 daughters, and I have 3 young grandsons. So I understand. You know, I'm very concerned about my grandkids in school and how they're teaching them what it means to be transgender. One of my grandkids, for my oldest daughter, she handled it, I believe, perfectly. She educated the young person, gave him books to read before I met him as Brooke, and the younger daughter hasn't taken any moves, so she's leaving it all up to the schools to teach them what it means to be trans, and that bothers me. That worries me. I think I would
Tracy,
be better off.
Tracy says, may I read into your energy?
Sure, absolutely.
However you do that, we don't know.
No, some people have gifts. You know that. I mean, they just can see things. Deanna, one of my exes, she can see auras, and she used to tell me. And it's another. She's another one. She used to sit there and she would harp and harp and harp. Now, we broke up when we were teenagers after we had our daughter, 40-something years ago, and she would just harp on people body shaming her and body shaming her and body shaming her. and how it was wrong. But then when I came out as trans, she disowned me. That's kind of,
She disowned you. That
yeah,
didn't
that's
come out very
hypocritical.
clearly.
I mean, well, she didn't really disown me. She just stopped talking to me.
It's hard to understand.
Yeah, I just found it ironic, to claim that. And she said I was gaslighting her. I don't even really know what that means, or woke, or cancel culture.
Not making much.
Huh?
It doesn't make sense coming out as a separate thing from the discussion.
Me?
Yeah, it's hard to
Oh,
understand.
I'm sorry. I went off on a left turn.
Thank you, Debbie. She wants to remind everyone to subscribe, like, and
Yes.
share if you can.
If
That'd
you
be
can, it
great.
would be great. Sometimes I think it's crazy. How do I get 40? We've had up to 41,000 people visit our room during a chat and only get 25 likes. But it's not like we're getting the rest of our dislikes. It's just nobody clicks the button. But it helps. It helps. I want to. If there's young people out there that are trying to find their way and they're transgender and they're wondering how to approach a subject that's kind of sticky, if they can come here and we can teach them a better way than they're learning to just stand up and make a bunch of noise and freak out, because I think that's the wrong way to do it. Trans people really need to take a step back, stop forcing it down everybody's throat, let everybody get used to it. Let's settle into society where we belong in our little niche and go about our businesses.
Mhm.
But the more, I'm not going to stop, the more noise that you make and the more you try to force this society to accept us, like it or not, then the more they're going to push back. That's all.
We're way behind.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tracy says, I'm a woman with lupus, been an RN for 24 years. And she wanted to read your energy.
I would love for you to read my energy. I mean, give me your reading. That's what I'd like to hear.
Sam Cell 94 says, is this mom reading the comments?
No. Hey, Mom, you want to put your head in? Mom, thank you for the compliment. I'm 60. I'm older than she is. She's 58?
No, not
7?
even.
6? 6? I don't know. How old are you?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I can reach my whole way
I
into
said, how
the
old are
furniture
you?
I'm sitting in. Hi.
She's 50-something.
56.
56.
I'm 56.
So I'm 4 years older than her. I'm 60.
Look, we have our disagreements. We believe the polar opposite, but
Mhm.
you handle all of this professionally, so I can appreciate that.
Thank you.
I still do not like any of this,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it's just one man's opinion.
And your opinion is
As for
appreciated.
unfazed.
It's appreciated, and I understand where you're coming from. Hopefully, in time, we can find a neutral ground somewhere and coexist. That's all we can hope for, But I do appreciate your point of view. I mean, I respect it too. I really do. I respect it, and I'm trying to navigate the points that you made. They're very important to me. I don't brush them under the rug and just think, oh, he's a hater or transphobic. No, I don't think that about you. I think that you had some serious concerns, and I'm trying to address them the best that I know how. That's all I can do. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Nicole and a lot of other people are sticking up for the side that you're trying to respond to.
It's the only side that I think is logical. That's what I'm saying. And there's a lot of gray area here. I mean, there's a lot of things that haven't been broached yet, and we're just
Sam.
finding our way through.
Sam, I'm not a mom.
Mhm.
Not even, especially not your mom. But you shouldn't probably be even on this site because I bet you're under 18.
Yeah, if you're under 18, this is for, and I hate to say this to 18-year-old kids because I think they're pretty close, and I think they're kind of adults, but it is a site for adults, and I have to go by YouTube's things, and YouTube actually says if I classify it for not for kids, it's 13 years and older. Believe it or not, that's what YouTube classifies a child as, is 13.
So is that what a troll is? Sam is being a troll by calling me mom and tagging me every chance that they get?
I think a troll is somebody's disruptive. I don't know.
No, they're trying to tell me that's what a troll is.
Oh, okay.
Many people. And I'm
Just somebody who's being rude for no reason. Disruptive.
going on even though we already... Trolls are out just to be enough of a pain to get blocked.
So is that kind of like the class clowns from our generation back in school, when somebody's just being disruptive, just being a jerk, they're class clowns?
And then, of course, calling me mom 2 times and then now saying, who is this narrator? Still going on and on about the
just
same
trying to
thing,
get-
harping on it like
Trying to
crazy.
get a rise out of somebody. Ignore them. They're narcissistic little shits.
Dixie, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Dixie. How old are you? I always ask. I know it's so rude, but I do care. I mean, because I think every age is significant and some more than others.
Nicole just
Happy
turned
birthday, though.
60.
Nicole did?
Yes,
Oh, welcome to my age.
you're 60, yeah?
I'm 60, you're 60. Do you feel 60, Nicole? It's, I honestly, I didn't think I'd live this long, but I'm here, I'm 60, and I don't feel 60. I feel like I mean, I look in the mirror and I go, oh, you're 60. But internally, I don't feel 60.
Mustang Mike says hi, funny face, with a waving hand.
Hi, Mustang Mike.
Mhm.
And Mike says funny face because that is a self-proclaimed name. He's not making fun of me. I refer to myself on this channel as funny face. Funny face. What are you doing?
Trying to get back the thing that I was looking at.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. I'm getting kind of tired. I got to work in the morning again.
It's 1:15.
I know.
Oh,
I
okay.
said we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. You know, I do got to go to work at 8. I work part time, but I work 6 days part time. So
Part
it's kind of
time. You work all day long. Doggone it. I don't have anything else.
I work part time. She's crazy. I just don't come home.
Next time there's a
I
hamburger waiting for you,
where I
you'll see.
work where I live, or I live where I work, so I kind of have to come home. Sometimes I procrastinate.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you so
Just-
much, Debbie.
I just made myself crack up. I don't know. I just laughed at my own joke pretty good.
Everybody's
Oh, they leaving. Okay.
starting to get a little detrimental, but Debbie's handling it.
And Debbie, you're awesome. Just kick the shit out of them.
Thank you, Debbie. I'm so happy for your energy. It makes a
Me
lot of a huge difference to us. It
It
really does.
And if any of you people know somebody on the other end of the spectrum from me, and you have access to them, or I've tried to get people to come on the show and discuss or debate certain points, just like that. I should ask that person to come on. I would really love to expose or let everybody experience a honest, mature debate, not an argument, not a fight, but just a debate back and forth to see both sides of the story and see where your opinions land. That's what being an adult is all about, is looking at both sides and making an educated decision.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that. I just can't seem to get anybody to come on. I don't know if my channel's too small.
I'm
Oh, there she is.
Hi.
There's Chrissy Chris. Hi, Chrissy. Nobody will come on and debate me. Maybe they think I'm whatever, trying to get that creeped me out because I just seen you now on the other screen. So if you know anybody who's willing to come on and debate me, or you yourself in this chat right now are willing to come on and show your faces here and voice your opinions, I'd be more than happy to either collaborate with you or debate it. Right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not.
Absolutely.
I think that's what this is all
I'm
about.
up for a good debate as long as someone doesn't mind getting crushed.
Well, doesn't necessarily mean that I'll win. You know,
Right.
maybe they'll crush me.
And the debate could be about anything.
Yeah, it could be about anything, any subject.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we agree, we can just sit here and talk about how we're both geniuses. Or if
Geniuses, you said?
yeah, I mean, if we both agree, we must be geniuses. So anyway, I'm gonna close it out. Sorry about the mishap with the Ouija board and everything earlier. I was just trying something new and thought it would be fun, but it was kind of boring and slow. So keep real, be real. I'm working towards trying to make this show a little more interesting and a little more than just about transgender and how we feel in our points. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like. And if you're not quite sure what's going on here, just go back in the chat a little ways and you'll see. I'll end it with my normal thing is I don't believe that trans women belong in women's bathrooms or their locker rooms unless they've transitioned all the way. I don't believe that children should transition before they're 18. They should make their own decisions. It's too young. Any other age is just too young. 18 might be too young. 25 would probably be better. I think that schools should leave the raising to the parents. Stop trying to raise other people's kids. Stop holding secrets back from parents. It's not right. It's completely wrong. The LGBT community flag does not belong in our classrooms. Classrooms are for teaching. Organizations are for outside the classroom. Nothing against the LGBT community, obviously. But it's a distraction, I think, And what else, Chris? Is that it?
That's all I've got.
Is that all of it? Yeah. And trans women don't belong in women's sports. It's unfair. It'd be like me boxing Chris. No competition. She'd kick my ass. All right, people. Thank you again for all your support. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel, and I appreciate all the love that I get from you people. Debbie, you got the email address. Drop me an email, and I'll give you my personal phone number. And that way, if you ever want to talk, or you need somebody to talk, and you know, at least try to comfort you in some way. I mean, I know it's impossible, but sometimes it helps to have somebody to talk to. I love you guys. Trains and trucks. Thanks for coming back. Everybody who's a repeat that's come through. There's too many of them for me to name. Alma's not here today.
You're not winning a Grammy here.
What? I like to thank people that have helped us.
I guess so.
I thank the people, mainly that ones that have been here from the beginning. And
Thank you, Mom.
There's a
Thank
small
you, Dad.
handful. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad,
Everybody's
for
always
making
been
me. You know, I wish you could understand me. Yeah, give me something to hold up. I appreciate. There we go. I appreciate everything you've all done for me, and I'm going to really appreciate this word of got to be glued. Thanks, people. Talk to you later.